Yesterday's lore was incredibly interesting, with Dream escaping from prison, but not really, with Techno getting out using a method I literally predicted 3 months ago. There's a lot to cover, because yesterday's multiple lore streams from Techno, Quackity, Awesome Dude, and then Foolish Gamers, they show that the Dream SMP's biggest war yet is coming, and it is coming fast. Subscribe if you liked the video, because one of the most interesting parts of the Quackity lore stream actually came at the very end. A cutscene of sorts that shows us why exactly this stream foreshadows the biggest war of the SMP. We see a clock, or a crude attempt at the grandfather clock more specifically, ticking away, and then see a book open, a journal or a log of some sort, titled Battle Log. These pages are incredibly interesting, and more so the way we can see them get written, because that gives us insight into the mind of Quackity as a character after the events of the stream yesterday. He talks about Las Nevadas becoming a prime target and says that Dream has escaped from prison, and then says that he has gathered every citizen, presumably of Las Nevadas, and armed them with weapons and resources. And it's interesting to note that he changed this from "we have gathered every citizen" to "I." Maybe Quackity really feels like he's truly alone in this conflict. But wait, hold up. Dream has escaped from prison? What? Well, yes and no. I'm assuming you guys have watched yesterday's streams, but in case you haven't, here's a recap as fast as I can humanly make it. This is about to be some Eminem style recapping, okay? Here we go. Techno and Dream were in the prison for about 3 months, during which time Dream managed to break through the obsidian below what they call their toilet and dig deep enough to create a tunnel of sorts which can barely hide one player in it. Techno also got a bell from UNXD and a dog somehow, and then they both got visited by Quackity, who was not messing around and really wanted the revival book. After getting denied for a while, Quackity then decided that enough was enough and that he'd sacrificed the revive book in exchange for killing both Dream and Techno, and this finally led to Quackity coming close to killing Techno, but not close enough, because extremely abruptly, and as I predicted, Techno got teleported out by Phil using an Enderpearl stasis chamber from the Syndicate headquarters, whom he had left instructions for in his will. Seeing Techno disappear sent Quackity and Sam into a panic, during which they locked down the prison to search for Techno, leaving Dream alone. Dream then hid in the tunnel that he and Techno had dug, and this meant that when Quackity and Sam went back to check on him after a bit, it looked like he had escaped as well. This led to Quackity freaking out and leaving the prison to arm Las Nevadas, with Sam still frantically looking for Dream. That is why Quackity said that Dream escaped from the prison in the war log book, even though he didn't in reality, which we later saw to be proved true in the stream Sam did afterwards, where he found Dream hiding. Sheesh, recap of Quackity's stream is over, but don't worry, that was important to the theory at the end of the video, which is just... let's put it this way, it makes Doomsday look like kindergartners play fighting. We also did incidentally see Quackity order Foolish Gamers on Foolish's lore stream afterwards to build a war bunker under Las Nevadas, as well as informing the entirety of Las Nevadas, only Las Nevadas mind you, that Dream had escaped, in essence putting Las Nevadas on hair trigger, ready to respond, attack, or react to any aggression. But wait, before we can get to why this is more than just an obvious formula for a small battle or skirmish, we need to talk about the extra content from the Technoblade stream. Now, after Technoblade got Deus Ex Philzed out of the prison, the first thing he did was hop on Carl, his horse, and after a very close call with losing his retirement plan...
if I put Carl through this, he's not gonna, like, instantly die, right? Like, this isn't gonna be really dumb. They're not gonna have to put this on the blooper reel. No, I swear to God. I swear to God. No, okay, he walked out.
He journeyed out to an unknown spot. The coordinates for this place were what was given to him by Dream in the information book, meaning Dream knew something was stashed there. He arrives at the very same place where he first met Dream, and there finds our key to the beginning of a war that will no doubt change the server forever. The complete blueprints of the prison, left there either by Ranboo or Dream before he was imprisoned, along with a special book that we know literally nothing about. He promised to destroy the prison block by block, and now has all the tools to do that, along with secret information, as well as a drive, a reason, and an ally on the inside. Hence, it's next to certain that Technoblade will be the catalyst for the war with the prison, with Las Nevadas, and for the events that occur after. Now again, before we can get onto the obvious single small battle that this would cause, there's one question mark that I haven't seen many people bring up. We all assumed that Dream didn't know how or when Techno would get teleported out of prison, and this is what Dream, understandably, said to Awesome Dude and Quackity, right? Well, if Dream didn't expect Techno to escape from prison the way he did, and instead thought that they'd escape together through the tunnel they built, why did he give Techno a book with coordinates? Wouldn't it make so much more sense for him to just lead Techno to wherever he needed to go? And in addition to this, why did the book lead to blueprints? It's almost like Dream knew Techno would escape, like the two have bonded, and therefore Dream is now just holding out in prison because they never actually planned to get out using the tunnel. Oh no, they planned to use it as they did, as a distraction. They made Quackity and Sam panic about Dream fake escaping from the prison using the tunnel to hide, giving Techno time to get a head start and lose the two of them, and then the real plan was for Techno to break Dream out of prison. Okay, so Techno is going to attack the prison, presumably with the full force of the Syndicate, which crucially includes Ranboo, and Las Nevadas is on hair trigger, ready to attack, defend, or siege at a moment's notice. The thing that makes this the biggest war in the SMP though is the cookie outpost. You're going to want to hear this because it ties into theory at the end of this video, which proves just how insane this war will be. If you don't know what the cookie outpost is, basically it's the outpost created by Snowchester and spearheaded by Tubbo and Ranboo, which is placed extremely strategically and close to Las Nevadas. This was such an egregious placement that it got the cookie outpost in trouble with Las Nevadas, leading to an extremely tense, if not hostile, negotiation between Quackity and Tubbo, which broke down. Crucially, no agreement was ever reached. This means that the cookie outpost, which is a thinly veiled strategic and spy base for Snowchester, is not on good terms with Las Nevadas, oh no, and instead, thanks to hostile negotiations, they're probably looking for the first opportunity to attack Las Nevadas. You can see where I'm going with this. There's even more. Basically, the only parties except for the Eggpire that aren't involved in this conflict at the moment are Wilbur and Tommy. Reviver, to be more specific, and Tommy, who is extremely scared of Dream and his power with the Revive book. Tommy also knows Quackity extremely well. He knows how the man ticks, and he was also getting swayed pretty heavily to Quackity's side the last time we saw his character in the lore. We'll get back to that in a second though, because Reviver is almost certain to side with the cookie outpost. Not only is he already allied with Ranboo thanks to Wilburger Ranvan, which is their joint burger venture, he also absolutely despises Las Nevadas and would not turn down an opportunity to go to war with it. This means that the cookie outpost would suddenly get this ally who's not only knowledgeable in the art of war, but is also canonically an expert with TNT. Explosives, the kind of thing you need to use in conjunction with Tubbo's expertise with TNT cannons to completely eradicate Las Nevadas, and believe me, Reviver has experience with eradicating nations. The only thing that goes against this is the fact that Tubbo is seemingly happy to work for Quackity now, but I feel like that can be changed fairly easily with the whole cookie outpost situation. This also means that since Reviver is teaming with the cookie outpost, that Tommy, who is growing more and more distant from Reviver, even antagonistic to him in some ways, is almost certain to side with Las Nevadas, meaning that this conflict will have Tommy and Wilbur fighting each other. So here is how I think this is going to play out. Techno, having the prison blueprints, now knows the location of the one thing that makes the prison as impenetrable as it is: the Elder Guardian. He also knows that there's one fairly critical flaw to exploit after killing the Elder Guardian. You see, although the Elder Guardian is what's giving the prisoners and, well, everyone mining fatigue, it's still highly impractical to try and get into the prison just by mining the obsidian. After all, there'll probably be conflict going on, and standing still is not the best combat strategy. But there's one bit of the prison, one that we saw on Sam's lore stream, that is a critical flaw in the prison's integrity, and that is the courtyard. This was originally intended to be a place where the prisoner could go to see the sun and relax a little, but then ironically, Dream, who was helping build the prison at the time, said that it should be covered up because it was a security floor. Let me repeat: covered up, not filled in. That means there's a much easier way not only into the prison through this next to hollow entrance, but also that because the courtyard opened up to the roof of the prison, that the Syndicate, being extremely rich, will be able to defend it easily. Why? Well, the roof of the prison is made out of obsidian, and one interesting property of obsidian is that you can place the most deadly weapon in the game on it: end crystals. Really quick here, there is another security flaw in the prison, but that isn't something that Techno would know about from the blueprints because it wasn't in the blueprints in the first place. Foolish, on a lore stream a while ago, tried to break Dream out of prison, but then stopped after Quackity told him to. And this is a critical security flaw, which we saw Foolish check later, but since this is in the blueprints, Techno wouldn't know about it and therefore couldn't use it. Now, that alone would be hard for Las Nevadas to deal with, but there's also the fact that this isn't even the only attack that Las Nevadas will have to field. Oh no, there's also the cookie outpost, who will be attacking the much less defensible home base of Las Nevadas, which means that Las Nevadas will be fighting a war on two fronts. This wouldn't be a massive war, however, if it was just a pushover. That would mean it's no better than Doomsday. But the thing is, Las Nevadas stands a good chance against both of the onslaughts it'll face, both at the casino and at the prison. First, it's extremely powerful with people like Purple, Foolish, and Fundy, and has had ages to not only get rich off the casino undisturbed, but it is also aware well ahead of time that there's going to be an attack, even if they're preparing for the wrong reason, which is Dream escaping quote-unquote from prison. The prison is also extremely defensible. Stealth is basically not an option thanks to the alertness of the guards, as well as the extra defenses it'll inarguably get thanks to the Last Nevada's preparation, alert, or hair trigger thing. Mining obsidian, even without the Elder Guardian, even with a maxed out pickaxe, means standing still. It means that it's more than likely, if not guaranteed, that the first few attempts to break into the prison will lead to canon lives being lost, and it's much easier to place back obsidian than to break it in the first place. They have a distinct home field advantage. Las Nevada's casino attack will also likely be heavily contested because although Ranboo, Tubbo, and Wilbur will all be attacking with their entire firepower, Foolish will not only have the bunker as safety, but is also a literal god who can summon lightning. This war is going to be insane. Subscribe!